Farid Bentoumi, welcome to Amman. Ahlan wa
Thank you.
sahlan. I understood you've been here before, and I think you've seen a little bit of the city, so I hope you liked it the way it developed. Anyway, we're very glad to host you tonight and to show your film, Good Luck Algeria. This is the first feature-length film narrative that you have directed. How, because you're mostly known as an actor, how is it to move from acting to directing?
Yeah, I felt like I had something to say. Being an actor, I was proposed some roles, but it wasn't expressing what I wanted to say. And in France, we had such debates about how immigration can be a bad thing for France and how it's hard to integrate people. And then we had all this problem with Islam in France and everything. And I was fed up of hearing always the same negative things. And I said, I didn't live that as a French Algerian person. So I had to express something. So I started writing short movies, and then this first feature film, who is in a way my best way to express how positive, how rich immigration can be, and how rich it is to live with two cultures. Because my mother's French, my father's Algerian. We see them in the movie. Well, it's not them; it's like fictional character, but it's almost like my real family. And it's also the story of my brother, who did the Olympic Games for Algeria. Although he doesn't speak Arabic, I don't speak Arabic, but I still feel French and I still feel Algerian. And you can be Arab without speaking Arabic. I mean, it doesn't depend on your language, it doesn't depend on where you live. It's something you have inside. And it's not only a passport, it's not only a flag, it's something else. It's cultural and it's inside of you, it's a way of thinking. And this mix of two cultures is so rich that you have, I think, a positive way of thinking, and you try to understand the other one because you were born and raised in two cultures. So you have to mix those two cultures all the time. So you have to get to understand other people. And that's what I try to express in my first feature film.
Obviously, this is a very timely topic, a very timely theme. I mean, immigration, refugees, etc. And still, so as you said, you wanted to express yourself rather than simply being an actor. And what about, would that be the case in your next coming projects too? Will you stick to that theme?
Well, in my next project, it's much more political, and it's much more about how you go, how you can engage yourself in the society politically, and it's about pollution, ecological problems. So it's how the older generation, like my father, they get a lot into political parties and political and syndicates. And today, unions. Today it's different. Today we kind of, as individuals, get engaged in the society and how you get action when you want to change society.
Your film Good Luck Algeria, we have shown it outside of Amman. In several cities with the French embassy, by the way, in Jordan. And I think it was extremely well received. People loved it and could identify with it. How was it when you showed it in Algeria and in France?
It was very important for me to show it in Algeria because I really want Algerian people to have another understanding of those who left the country in the 60s, 70s, and they built their life in France, and they married in France, and now they have children in France. And people in Algeria, sometimes they reject those immigrants, and they don't feel like they belong to the country anymore. But it's way different. Like my father, all those people who left the country, they still feel Algerian, and they still want to keep their land. They want to keep their trees that they planted 50 years ago. And I wouldn't be surprised that in Jordan, people are very much interested in Good Luck Algeria because it's a country where there are so many people coming from so many countries that all people here are kind of mixed, a cultural mix, and so they understand what it is to be attached to a land and also to live in a country where you can meet other people from other countries, and it becomes a richness.
Thank you, Farid Bentoumi, and thank you for being with us here in Amman. Good luck for your future
Thank you very much. Thank you for welcoming me.